Greetings, Earthlings, Wisdom Keepers, Wisdom Seekers. Welcome back to Wisdom Dropz, your source for daily drops of wisdom and savvy cat astrology. My name is Tanya, and today we're talking about you, Scorpio. That's right, because you're the #1 sign following this channel, according to the poll that I recently put out, which I'm not surprised, because when you're cool, you're just that cool. You know what I'm saying? Moving right along, the end of June and through summer is really what this video is gonna inform you about for your life experiences, Scorpio. Also though, once you hear more about some of the things with Mars and the eclipses that we'll definitely be talking about, because this is eclipse season, you're gonna realize it's for a little longer than just this summer. We're really kind of giving you through the end of the year of 2020 what you can expect in this video. But before I get into the specific deets, and there's about 3 primary transit / events that we will be chatting about, make sure you subscribe if you vibe. You know what I'm saying? Because we're building tribe. That's all there is to it. So if you do vibe, subscribe, because I'm here for you every single day with the knowledge and the love. So let's build that. You know what I'm saying, Scorpio? You know what I'm saying. I don't even need to say it. Moving right along. What are some of the main things that you can expect? Well, let's just say Mars is briefly just bullet pointing what you can expect in terms of the transits, and then we'll talk about your houses. Mars is entering Aries late June 2020. That's a big freaking deal, okay? Next, we have Mercury, which is currently retrograde and will be retrograde through mid-July, okay, 2020. But last but not least, we have eclipse season, which is literally still in effect, people. We are in the middle of 2 eclipses right now. There was just one on the 21st of June 2020, and there's about to be another one on the 4th, 5th of July, okay? So the ethers right now are very thin, and you as a Scorpio are feeling that, okay? So this video is really going to give you details on how you experience all this in your life based on the houses that it's activating in your chart, okay? So moving right along, Mars entering Aries, that's going to be in your 6th house, okay? So this is good for you in some ways, Scorpio. Sometimes people are like, oh my god, the 6th house. Well, the 6th house in ancient astrology is associated with illness, and I'm not trying to like sugarcoat anything because you're a Scorpio and could tell if I was anyway, but you know, it is associated with illness. So yeah, Mars is a malefic, aka a not so great guy of the zodiac, or of the planetary, you know, palette. But with that said, I wouldn't be worried about this if I was you, Scorpio, because Mars is in its own sign, so it has some dignity to it. Mars in Aries, it rules Aries, and Mars is your planet, Scorpios. So in ancient astrology, that's your ruler, you know what I'm saying? So in your 6th house, what does it mean for you? Yeah, if you're a Scorpio, pay attention to your health, be smart. If you know you need to be on your health game and you have not been on your health game and you're a Scorpio, effective immediately, Scorpio. Please hear my advice when I say yes, please do get on your health game if you're a Scorpio and you know that you need to, because Mars is in your 6th house, and I'm not trying to BS that for you, okay? But like anything, as you understand as a Scorpio, there's a high and low vibration to everything. So the high vibration of this energy is not you getting sick, it's not you dealing with illness, it's not you getting in accidents, okay? Because the 6th house can deal with all of that, and your decline, you know what I'm saying? On the positive side, this could be you, Scorpio, getting really motivated, okay, through the end of 2020. Because let's just take a second and acknowledge, Mars is in Aries until the end of 2020, like through the start of 2021. In January, it finally moves into Taurus. So this is really the end of the year for you, Scorpios. You're gonna find that you're more motivated to do 6th house things, whether that's your health game, whether that's your work routine, whether that's things that you're working a little bit on all the time, that you're putting in efforts for some larger project that you're creating, very 6th house, okay? Things you're doing repeatedly for like vocational stuff especially, that's all very 6th house. It's like the not so fun stuff that you do in order to like get what you need out of the equation. You know what I'm talking about, Scorpio. So you'll be motivated there. That's the good thing. You'll have energy there. Mars is the engine of the zodiac along with the sun. So you will be motivated, Scorps, to do what you need to do. That's the good news for you for moving forward for like the remainder of 2020, okay? Now, what else is going on though? We have Mercury retrograde in your 9th house of Cancer, okay? So this has its own different palette, and this is more of an immediate time frame we're looking at. So that Mars thing was a longer time frame, but now we're looking back and we're saying, okay, for the end of June through July, we can safely say, even though Mercury retrograde technically ends mid-July, okay, you're going to be experiencing these following themes, and it could be reversals, it could be things just totally flipping around, it could be you know, re-investigating, re-exploring, rediscovering, and it could also be thwarting your plans in the areas of education, higher education specifically. Or you as a Scorpio could be going through some very deep thinking on developing your belief systems even further. So you might find, if you're a Scorpio, that you're suddenly up on a new level of ancient knowledge that you previously weren't, because Cancer rules, Cancer and Capricorn cusp rule things of the past, things that are ancient, okay? And the 9th house is very much so associated with higher knowledge. So your spiritual life, Scorpio, might be going through a revamp. Anything that has that re prefix associated with it, redoing, rediscovering, all these different things about revisiting. Also, if you've previously burnt some bridges in relationship to your higher belief system, say you've lost some friends in your life because your higher belief systems did not line up, that's like religion or your just philosophies around life, you might find that friends that you've previously cut ties with, Scorps, are actually coming back during this phase, because retrograde of Mercury's friends in ancient astrology, it's people you talk with, it's siblings as well. So if you had a falling out with siblings, especially Scorps, they're probably coming back in the picture in some way, shape, or form, and you, Scorpio, are probably rethinking some of those things that you initially let that person go for. And who knows, Scorps, you might actually come out like, you know, friends again, or in communications again with these people. Or if you left higher education and decided academia is not for me before, you might be rethinking it. Or vice versa, if you're in academia right now, you might be rethinking it at a serious level. Do I need to be here? Do you? I don't know, Scorps. But, you know, a lot of you are going to be going through some deeper transformations around your belief systems. And Scorpios, you know, you're usually really rooted in your beliefs, which I respect. I have a lot of Scorpio energy, just a quick digression. But, like, usually you, Scorpio, you arrive to conclusions because you've arrived there. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're fixed and stubborn or whatever. Even Tauruses, the same applies. It's not like you're fixed and stubborn in your beliefs because you're just decided to be fixed and stubborn. No, it's because it's so much deeper. And as a Scorpio, you get it. It's like once you've arrived somewhere, it's because that's how you deeply feel. So just be open-minded about possibly getting additional information to benefit you and to help you expand and flourish into more of who you are, okay? Moving on, the eclipses, last but not least. This is incredible because the eclipses are going to be happening for you guys and have been happening for the last like year and a half, okay? We're having the final eclipses, Scorpio, in your 9th and 3rd houses. So this is again the Cancer and Capricorn axis. It's been highlighted since January 2019 in Eclipse Action. Excuse me, but what does that really mean for you? Yeah, it's these themes of belief systems that I've been talking about, higher education, all that jazz. But it's also how your communications and how you're communicating. That's kind of why I said that 9th house thing earlier with the Mercury there in the 9th house. We're really seeing these themes for you guys, okay? Mercury's the planet of communications, but the eclipses are happening and have been happening in the 9th and 3rd. So you've probably been rethinking a lot about not only your belief systems and stuff and your religious philosophies and just your outlook on the world and your worldly perspective the last year and a half, but also how you communicate with people, and for that matter, who you surround yourself with, Scorpio, at an immediate level, because the 3rd house is your local environment and who's immediately around you. So if you are a heavy Scorpio energy being, that's your ascendant, sun, your moon, or you have a stellium in Scorpio, then you want to pay attention, because if you've been getting the message, you know what, I don't think that this environment that I've surrounded myself with for the last however long is really true to me, is really serving me, is really doing what I needed to do, and you've been coming to these conclusions and you're like, you know what, I think I need to move, now is gonna be a culminative period, because we're having the final set of eclipses, final, okay, for a long time, okay, in your 3rd and 9th house. So if you do need to move and it happens to be somewhere far away, cool. If you do, because the 9th house is activated, it could be foreign lands, okay? Or if you do need to move and just surround yourself in a different neighborhood with a different set of brains and philosophies around you to feel more compatible with, so you can have better day-to-day small interactions with people where you just feel like your vibe as a Scorpio is a little more protected, a little more nourished, okay? Then do that. Listen to that advice. And the funny thing is, eclipses, friend, they bring in fated events. So if you want to talk about making the decision, you might make that decision. It might be on you, Scorpio. But as a Scorpio, you are the most powerful sign of the zodiac. But you also realize, because of that, you're tapped in to the ultimate divine faith, and that is ultimately the pilot at the wheel. So there's fate and there's free will, and you as a Scorpio know how to handle that free will component, that whole area of you being able to actually do something about the fate circumstances. You know how to navigate those waters, okay? But if you're over here in the fate department, that's eclipses. So eclipses bring you fated events. They will bring you dramatic events. They will bring you sudden events, okay? And that's all going to be related for you in terms of your immediate local environment, and even like global travel or your beliefs versus other people's beliefs. These are all 3rd, 9th house axis issues. And with that Mercury retrograde in that 9th house, I think you're going to be seeing some interesting fruitions with your relationships, with people who you communicate with around these topics. So I'm interested to hear how it's been going for you. Let me know in a comment down below. If you Scorpio want a reading with me, I absolutely love diving into your charts. I have a stellium in Scorpio, so I'm happy to answer any deep questions for you. And you can reach out to me at wisdomdropz@gmail.com. Like the video if it brought you some value. Thank you so much for being here and giving us your awesome energy. I really appreciate you. And with that said, my friend, until next time and through next time, may the stars be with you. Peace.